Thanks for supporting the channel by clicking the links in the description box. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And now let's get into this podversation. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Being Beautifully Honest channel, and today we're going to have a podversation talking about Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, Siohvaughn Funches, and the child that they shared together, which I don't want to offend, so I believe the child goes by the name of Zaya now, but previously went by the name of Zion. And this is what Dwayne Wade and his current wife, Gabrielle Union, say, and the child they're allowing to say is now identifying as a female, but was born a male. Listen, I get it. It's none of our business. It really isn't any of our business. But because we know so much about it, the reason being is because they have allowed it to be shared with the public, and they also have allowed the child's information and everything that the child is going through now to be shared with the public. And recently, Claudia Jordan, on her show on the Fox Soul Network, she was discussing it. And this was, just a topic that came up because recently Michelle Obama, she came out pretty much congratulating and praising the child and saying that she's so proud of the child. And so, the topic came up, and Claudia said some things on her show Cocktails with Queens, and pretty much this is what she said. She said, I think two things can be possible at the same time. I think the fact that what Michelle Obama was doing was encouraging to a child. She was looking out for someone, an individual, and other kids that are like that. On the other hand, I think some people are not properly articulating how uncomfortable they may feel about a child being pushed. They may think that child is being pushed to the front of the agenda, pushed to be the face of this. Now, if Zaya is 1000% okay with that, then I'm all for it. It's really none of my business. But I feel like it's our job to talk about these things. I just hope that there are no regrets later on. I just want Zaya at the end of it to not feel the pressure. Like if Zaya ever felt like, you know what, I don't feel this way anymore. Does Zaya feel this uncomfortable, ridiculous amount of pressure to not be able to go back? Not saying that's what she wants to, but I just feel like it's such a young age to have so much pressure on her shoulders. And listen, you can agree or you can disagree, and you can also agree to disagree. We all have the right to our opinion about this situation, especially when this is something that they are putting out in the forefront. And the question that I wanted to bring to you guys, and I really would love for you to share your thoughts respectfully in the comment section about this, is it's so funny to me. I won't say it's funny, but it's ironic to me that Dwayne Wade and his wife, Gabrielle Union, by the way, who is not this child's biological mother, they have, in my opinion, pushed this child into the media spotlight. I am not saying that they've pushed this child into this change of life, change of gender, change in name, change in the way the child feels and wants to identify. I'm not saying that. I don't know. That could be possible, but I'm just saying I don't know. But it is ironic that they are allowing this child, it's a child. And we know how even with YouTube, they are so careful and protective about children and doing videos about children and exposing children and what you're exposing children to and all of this stuff. But yet you have stuff like this that's going on where it is, in the public's views on a very regular basis. The child has an Instagram account, goes by the name of Zaya Wade. I don't know offhand as I'm recording this how old the child is, but the child is under the age of 18 years old. So the child is not of a legal age. And the child is dressed like a girl. And honestly, even with that, the child isn't even looking like, I don't want to say a normal girl, but what a regular young child would really look like. Most little girls who don't have red hair are not going to have their hair braided with red braids. They're not going to wear cut off tops or crop tops, and like they don't have boobs yet, so a little girl normally wouldn't wear things like that, or just some of the things that they have allowed this child to be displayed wearing. So it almost comes across a little bit like a spectacle in a way, and a spectacle doesn't always have to be something that is a sideshow, but a spectacle literally means to make a show out of something, to bring the spotlight on something, to be seen. And that's what it seems like they're doing or allowing to be done a lot with the child, but yet the mother of the child is silenced. The mother of the child, the biological mother of the child, Siohvaughn Funches, you can't hear her say anything with regards to her children, the marriage that she had with Dwayne Wade, or anything like that anymore, because with the divorce and all of the things that he did to her or allowed to be done to her in the court of law, she really did not have the advantage when it came to the name, the recognition, and the money, and she lost almost every battle when it came to this guy. And I tend to side with her because I don't believe that she was lying about anything that she said. She sued Gabrielle Union for inappropriate things that was being done in front of her children and allowing her children to do certain things while the children were in the visitation care of the ex-husband, Dwayne Wade, and just some things that were shared with the children about, this is my girlfriend, this is why me and your mom are getting a divorce and stuff like that. Like, who knows what else was said, but I do believe that a number of things happened in front of these children, and I don't know if some of the things that were done, some of the things that Gabrielle Union may have exposed this child to, and also the lifestyle of Hollywood and all of those things has caused this child to have these certain types of thoughts, but she's silenced. The child can speak, but the mother of the child is silenced. And that is really insane. I don't know if she will ever be able to come out and speak, or ever be able to come out and, be interviewed or do a book at some point later on in life. But I would really love to hear what she has to say about all of this. From what she shares, she apparently is somebody who is truly into the church and a follower of Jesus Christ and all of those different things. And I must imagine, with everything that she has gone through and experienced with this man in that relationship, and what she's having to deal with and endure with regards to her own biological children and the changes that are going on in the public eye. And that's the thing. It's in the public eye. We all know about this stuff. She can't come out and say anything. She can't even come out and say, I'm all for it. She can't say anything. She is silenced. But this child can speak. This child is being interviewed, or, speaking with the former First Lady of the country, Michelle Obama, and just a number of other things. I believe a Nike shoe was created in celebration of Zaya, and all of this other stuff that's going on. And it's crazy that these things can happen, but yet she is silenced. The child can speak, but she is silenced. And I do agree with some things that Claudia Jordan said, because, let's just be honest. And please don't think that what I am saying is referencing this child. But for those of you who are of a certain age, if you can remember growing up and you would have, girls who would be called tomboys, and they would dress like boys and play with the boys and all those different things. And sometimes it may even look like a boy, but they grew out of that. It was a phase. And, now they may be extremely feminine, and, they never were attracted to the same sex, but it was just more so a phase that they were going through in terms of the things that they liked. And And the same could have happened and has happened with some young boys. Now, some people may say, now, if it's a boy and they're dressing up with, putting on their mom's heels and wearing dresses and tutus and stuff like that, then no, that means that they are. And for some that may be, but also there are, and we know, young men who did not have a father figure in their household. They didn't have a father or father figure, or men that they grew up around and men that they could really look up to. So that the ways that they emulated were the ways of their mom or their grandmother or their aunts, or the women that they knew, their favorite teacher that was a female or whatever. But those are just the things that they saw growing up. But as they grew up, they grew out of that phase and they grew into their manhood. And please don't think that I'm saying growing into their manhood means that if a guy is attracted to the same sex and they're not a man and they don't have a manhood. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is they grew out of that phase and they grew into just being more about things that are perceived as being masculine. So with this situation where every time you look around, you are going to see a story about this child or something that this child has said, a news article about this child, a blog about this child. But when it comes to Siohvaughn Funches, the mother of the child, you Google, you will see things from many, many, many years ago. We're now in 2021. You won't see anything that she has said about this situation. She can't even speak through third parties. And it's very, very sad. So I am just curious about what she thinks about all of this, how she feels about being silenced while her child is being able to speak. And the child is also a minor. It's very sad, but I would really love to know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section. So please leave your thoughts respectfully, and I appreciate you liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until the next time, I'm just being beautifully honest.